We often wonder what it truly means to be wealthy. Is it merely about the size of our bank account, the luxury of our possessions, or the prestige that comes with social status? For centuries, these questions have perplexed humanity, but Stoicism offers profound and practical insights into this age-old dilemma. Founded in Athens around 300 BCE, Stoicism provides a unique perspective on wealth that resonates with our modern culture, often consumed by consumerism and social comparison. The Stoics did not equate wealth with material abundance or external markers of success. Instead, they viewed true wealth as an internal state, characterized by self-sufficiency, moderated desires, and inner freedom. This Stoic perspective presents a refreshing alternative to the relentless messages we receive about happiness being linked to acquisition. It challenges us to look beyond the superficial trappings of wealth and to contemplate what genuinely enriches our lives. Epicurus, a prominent figure in Stoicism who experienced life as a formerly enslaved person, famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants." This profound statement encapsulates the essence of the Stoic approach to wealth. It suggests that true richness arises not from accumulating more but from needing less. Similarly, Seneca, another towering figure in Stoic philosophy, pointed out that, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." These words hit the core of our contemporary struggles, as we often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, forever chasing the next big thing and never truly satisfied with what we have. However, the Stoics did not merely criticize the pursuit of wealth, they offered a constructive alternative. They advocated for a life grounded in virtue, self-discipline, and inner cultivation. Seneca noted, "He is the most powerful person who has power over himself," highlighting self-mastery as the ultimate form of wealth. This perspective invites us to redefine what it means to lead a prosperous life, encouraging us to seek fulfillment from within rather than constantly searching for it in external circumstances. In this exploration of Stoic philosophy, we will examine the Stoic approach to wealth in depth. We will delve into how to define personal wealth in alignment with our authentic selves, rather than the societal expectations imposed upon us. We will discuss the liberating practice of recognizing what is enough, freeing us from the tyranny of insatiable wants. Additionally, we will explore the counterintuitive Stoic practice of voluntary poverty, a powerful tool for fostering gratitude and resilience. Lastly, we will discuss how to build genuine, lasting wealth by developing our inner resources and living a life of purpose and integrity. The wisdom of the Stoics offers us a pathway to a more prosperous and meaningful existence. It teaches us that the wealthiest life is not defined by the accumulation of possessions but by alignment with our values, a sense of peace within ourselves, and openness to the richness of the human experience. The Stoics, through their keen observations and lived experiences, developed a deep understanding of the paradoxical nature of material wealth. Their insights challenge conventional notions of richness, offering a perspective that is enlightening and liberating. Seneca, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, wrote about wealth in a way that reveals its true nature. He noted that, "Money doesn't make you rich," using a powerful metaphor to express that wealth often possesses individuals rather than the other way around. Many wealthy people in ancient Rome, as Seneca observed, were paradoxically among the poorest in spirit. Their wealth had become a burden, enslaving them to constant worry, obsession, and the fear of loss, rather than granting them freedom. In another insightful quote, Seneca states that, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Here, he emphasizes the greedy nature of desire. No matter how much wealth one accumulates, if the craving for more persists, one remains spiritually impoverished. This highlights the futility of an endless pursuit of material wealth, a pursuit that often leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Transitioning to defining personal wealth, the Stoics recognize that true richness is deeply subjective and goes beyond mere financial abundance. Epicurus succinctly stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants." This statement encapsulates the Stoic approach to personal wealth, suggesting that our sense of richness is determined not by what we own, but by our relationship with our desires. Consider what a rich life means to you. Is it the freedom to travel, the ability to spend quality time with loved ones, the opportunity to pursue meaningful work, or simply the pleasure of a quiet life free from financial stress? The answers will vary from person to person. Some may find wealth in adventure and new experiences, while others see it in deep relationships or the impact of their work. The Stoics remind us that the richest person is not one who has the most, but who needs the least. This perspective encourages a shift from accumulation to contentment. Instead of striving for more, we can cultivate satisfaction with what we already have. This does not mean abandoning ambition or the desire for improvement, rather, it encourages mindfulness about our wants and the distinction between what we truly need for a fulfilling life and what society tells us we should desire. Knowing what is enough is central to the Stoic approach to living a rich and fulfilling life. An ancient and profound statement encapsulates this: if you don't regard what you have as enough, you'll be miserable no matter how much you possess. This insight speaks to the heart of our modern struggle with contentment in a world that bombards us with messages urging us to want more, bigger, and better. The Stoics understood that unchecked pursuit of wealth can become an endless and unfulfilling chase. Regardless of how much we accumulate, there's always something more to desire or achieve. This perpetual desire can rob us of the joy and contentment available in the present moment. Seneca's observation that, "It is not the man who has too little but the man who craves more that is poor," reframes poverty as a state of mind characterized by insatiable desire, rather than a lack of possessions. So how do we determine what is enough? The Stoics would argue that this question requires honest self-reflection and a clear understanding of our values and needs. For some, enough might mean having sufficient resources to live comfortably and pursue passions, while for others, it could be about providing for their families and contributing to their communities. The key is to define enough based on our genuine needs and deepest values rather than societal expectations or fleeting desires. Epictetus offers guidance on this, stating that, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not but rejoices for those which he has." This attitude of gratitude is essential in cultivating a sense of inner wealth. A powerful Stoic practice for cultivating true wealth is the practice of voluntary poverty. This may sound strange in a modern context where wealth is equated with comfort and abundance, but the Stoics recognize that deliberately embracing discomfort and scarcity, even temporarily, can lead to profound insights and personal growth. Seneca advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself all the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" This exercise isn't about glorifying poverty or denying ourselves life's necessities. Instead, it serves as a tool for building resilience, cultivating gratitude, and freeing ourselves from the fear of loss often tied to material wealth. Seneca wisely stated that, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool." This statement encapsulates the Stoic approach to material possessions. The wise person uses wealth as a tool, not allowing themselves to be controlled by it. In contrast, the fool becomes enslaved to their possessions, constantly fearing the loss of what they have. By voluntarily experiencing poverty, even for a short time, we learn that we can survive, and even thrive, on much less than we typically believe we need. This realization is liberating. It frees us from the anxiety of potential loss and helps us appreciate the abundance in our lives more deeply. Consider the story of an anonymous CEO who practices living on a minimal budget for 1 week each year. Despite his considerable wealth, he finds this exercise grounding and perspective-shifting. It reminds him of the difference between wants and needs, allowing him to empathize with those less fortunate. This practice aligns with the teachings of Musonius Rufus, who advised that if you want to make yourself wealthy, you must first rid yourself of your debts. While this likely referred to financial debts, we can also interpret it as a reminder to let go of the psychological debts we owe to our possessions. Cultivating virtues such as resilience, gratitude, and self-awareness leads to a form of wealth that is truly our own. Unlike material possessions, which can be lost or taken away, our inner qualities remain with us regardless of our external circumstances. However, the Stoics recognized the seductive power of external goods. They warned that the applause of the crowd, high office, wealth, or self-indulgence may seem compatible with a good life but can swiftly take control of us, distracting us from what truly matters. To develop inner wealth, practical steps can include regular self-reflection and journaling to understand our values and motivations, practicing mindfulness to cultivate awareness of our thoughts and emotions, engaging in philosophical study and contemplation to deepen our understanding of life, seeking challenges that foster courage and resilience, and practicing kindness and service to cultivate a sense of justice and connection to others. In Stoic philosophy, the wealthiest person is not the one with the most possessions, but the one who has developed the most incredible mastery over themselves. This mastery is characterized by finding contentment in any situation, acting with integrity regardless of external pressures, and remaining open to the richness of life. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. As we strive to define and cultivate our personal wealth, let us embrace the wisdom of the Stoics. We can redefine our understanding of wealth, emphasizing inner richness, moderation, and gratitude. By doing so, we can free ourselves from the chains of material desire and discover a deeper, more meaningful abundance within. This journey toward authentic wealth leads us toward a life grounded in purpose and fulfillment, where true prosperity is found in the richness of our experiences, relationships, and self-awareness.